All right. What's up, everybody? Let's see. How's the audio out there? It seems like it might be a little high. What do you guys think? How's the audio? Test, 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 test. Let me know how the audio's going out there. Everybody in cyberspace. Welcome to Ruin an Hour, a safe place to talk about anything from sobriety, addiction, depression, anxiety, balance in life. My name is Kyle Gray. This show went on hiatus for quite a while, and now we're back. I'm going to start doing these a lot more. I think they hold a lot of merit. If you guys haven't tuned into these streams, this place is a safe place for you to talk about anything in the chat. It's anonymous. I don't bring this up to people when I see them. You can talk about anything. I'll listen. People in the chat will listen. Anything you're going through at all, we can chit chat about. Also, I don't claim to be an expert in any regard to anything, including therapy. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a licensed therapist. I'm not a life coach. I'm just a guy that thinks that mental health is cool, man. I've been sober for 5.5 years now. I got sober because I wanted to be a person that I was proud of. Alcohol was not doing anything good for me at all. And nowadays, sobriety is very interesting for me because I don't think about it ever. I've reprogrammed my neurological pathways to where I'm not going towards alcohol when I want to escape. It used to be when I was feeling uncomfortable or I wanted to numb out some feeling, I would use alcohol to numb that feeling out. But now, that's not there. So alcohol is almost as foreign to me as like shooting heroin or going to space or something. It's something that I don't even really have in my mentality anymore. So luckily, I've been able to do that. And it's through just sort of not only getting sober, obviously, but I changed a lot of things about myself. I started really diving into my mental health. I see a therapist every week. I've been going to therapy for, I think, 6 or 7 years now. I try to be of service to people. This show is an example of that. And I try to work on myself every day, whether that be in the gym, whether that be reading, whether that be challenging myself through some mistakes I've made, being easy on myself for some mistakes I've made. I think it's something that I work on every single day, and it's something I'm very passionate about. You guys know that I'm very passionate about battle rap, and I'm extremely passionate about mental health. And I think that the world in mental health kind of needs, some new perspectives. I think that currently, I'm glad that therapy is becoming more common and more people are doing it. I think that's wonderful. I have a lot of good friends. I don't have a lot. I have a good friend who's a wonderful therapist, and I'm really grateful that I know so many people that are really passionate about it as well. But I do think that there should be a lot more education on it, and I think that maybe there should be some new approaches to it as well, because if you think about, mental health in general, it's something that we talk about quite often nowadays, thankfully. But, what are the steps that we're taking towards, pushing that agenda and making sure that there are accessible ways to get the mental help that you need if you do need it. In the description, I put a link to this organization called BetterHelp. They're not a sponsor of this show at all. I've actually, never even used their services, but they are an organization that is affordable. And if you need some sort of mental help, they are able to do that at a pretty affordable rate. I know that therapy is a luxury, so it's not really that accessible for everybody, but they offer a lot of good options to that. But let me know, guys out there, if the audio is okay. I think it's okay. It seems to be all right. What's up, Balls Deep? Good to see you in here. Jarduk, Love you too. No Studio and Chewy. What's up? Been a while since I've sat on one of these. Thanks for this, Avo. It's a great way to start this year. Happy 2024, everybody. The year 2024 sounds like a dystopian year. You know, it's like Blade Runner 2024. It's like I could probably, you know, think that's a fantasy year. It doesn't sound real. It's pretty wild that we are at this age that we're at. Did you ever become a big brother? I remember you mentioning something about that a long time ago. Desi, I didn't. I would love to, though. I think that this year, I'm going to lean a lot more into stuff like that. I want to actually research how to get some sort of physical fitness program into a lot of rehab facilities here in Los Angeles. There's a wonderful organization that I volunteered with a couple of times called Strides for Recovery, and what they do is that they go to rehab facilities where people aren't allowed outside of the facility, only to run, so to exercise. So this group, Strides for Recovery, you basically volunteer and you run with people in the rehabilitation programs, and it's wonderful. It's great. I loved it. But I think maybe it'd be cool to see if maybe there's a way to get like some sort of gym equipment in there. If people want to like, you know, lift some weights, if people want to do calisthenics, if people want to like learn how to like eat better. I think physical fitness is a really, really important tool that's kind of like weaponized nowadays in social media for more of like ego-driven goals when it could be for mental health goals as well. Thank you for the donation, P. Dizzle. I appreciate that. I've used the services. It's pretty awesome. You can switch therapists if you don't click with that one too. That's awesome, Desi, to hear. Glad the audio sounds good. We are in the future. That's true. What are some ways to make life feel less stagnant while maintaining a comfort zone? Trying to jump into new habits can be mad overwhelming. For sure. I totally agree with that. I actually, do you guys hear that cat? There's like a cat outside. Do you hear that? That's funny. But yeah, so I completely know what you're talking about. When I drove back from Colorado, I was visiting my family in Colorado over the holidays, and it's a 17-hour drive back to Los Angeles. And I was like, I hit this like inspiration streak where I was like, yeah, I'm just going to like really go for it this year, this month. I'm just going to go insane. And I started like thinking of all these things that I was going to do. Like, you know, I'm going to go on this crazy diet. I'm going to start every morning with a cold plunge. I'm going to stop watching this type of stuff. I'm going to stop doing this. I'm going to do this every day. And then I was listening to another podcast with somebody that says, just do what you're doing already a little bit more. Just do what you're doing well right now a little bit more. It can be overwhelming, Jimbo Slice, to really reformat your life. But you don't need to do everything at once. You can start small. You know, it's like I didn't go to therapy, quit shooting porn, quit drinking all in one day. That took a long time. It took years. And yeah, it's a long process to do anything and to make life feel less stagnant. I would say one thing you could do is do something very small that's outside of your comfort zone. Whether that's, you know, oh, I like go to this coffee shop every day to get a coffee. I'm going to walk there instead of driving. Or going a new way to work. Instead of eating at your desk at work, going and eating at a park, you know, like taking a walk after work. Taking a walk before you go to sleep. There's a lot of things that you can do that are just small that will be those little breaks. And, you know, I'm, again, going to say that the gym and physical fitness is the best thing to do to make life feel less stagnant. It will make you have a goal-motivated achievements available. Also, when you go to a gym or you work out, you don't need to go to a gym. You can work out in your backyard. You can go to your yoga studio. You can go to a rock climbing gym. You know, you don't need to like lift weights. You'll always feel better after you do some sort of exercise. 100% of the time, you will never feel worse after exercising. So yeah, that's my question. That's my answer to that question. Hey, I hope everything's going well. Thank you. Appreciate that. I listen to Ruin Your Day while I'm at work. Very therapeutic. Thank you, Flex. I appreciate that, brother. Jardock, slow and steady wins the race. Can't spread yourself too thin. Very true. Adrian, good to see you in here. It's been so long since I've watched a watch or even any rap battle content in general. I remember the last one of these I was in, and it was so helpful. Gavin, appreciate that, man. Yeah, I mean, I would like to do these a lot more. If you guys want to let me know like what works for you in terms of like consistency, I was thinking maybe once a week. My therapist today, when I was talking to her, she was like, "Are you going to do them daily?" And I was like, daily seems like a lot. I could though, I'm down to go all in. But yeah, what works for you guys? My son put me on this. Hell yeah, Adrian, your son is amazing. If you can clean something really well, like your microwave, go wipe that thing down. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, cleaning can be extremely therapeutic. I need to take that advice a lot more. I notice when I don't go to the gym. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Trust me. On my way to pick up the first rescue of the year. Dan, salute. Adoptmyblock.com. Go there. I would show you Betty, but she's inside right now. But yeah, Dan, much love. You're the man, dude. Fingers crossed she ain't a crazy ass. Hell yeah. Routine and habits. Exactly. There's a really good book it's like on the top like 10 bestsellers list, so it's kind of like cliche that I'm even suggesting this, but it's called Atomic Habits. It's very good. I would suggest that book if you're like thinking of ways to maybe get out of a rut in life in some way, shape, or form. It's a really good book, and it's like really motivating. When I read it, I was just like, yeah, man, I'm going to run a fucking marathon this year. And, obviously that didn't happen. What's good, Tall G? Good to see you. I slowly incorporated a piece of my day to something new. I realized it could only help, and now I have a new schedule and things I engage in with my family. That's wonderful. That's great. Yeah, I mean, it's the new year. A lot of people are thinking of ways to like improve their life, and I think that's a wonderful, beautiful thing about New Year's, is New Year's resolutions. I don't find that corny at all. I find it fucking beautiful. Like, I know that, I go to Gold's Gym in Venice. I go to like a really famous gym with like a lot of bodybuilders, a lot of celebrities. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just trying to say that my gym has like a lot of regulars there. And sometimes there's like an influx of people that are trying to get into fitness. And I know that sometimes people get rubbed the wrong way with that, but I think it's amazing. I think anybody trying to change their life for the better should be applauded, and it's a very commendable thing. You still do these regularly? Michael Herber, I don't. I stopped doing them for a while, to be honest, because I felt they were borderline narcissistic from my perspective, because I feel like it became a lot about me. I do struggle with that a lot in terms of Ruin Your Day, about it being like me, avocado, like watching battles, watch me do this, and like me on the thumbnail. I'm not really the biggest fan of that type of content, and that I didn't want this like show to be about me and how like, I'm improving my life, or how I think I'm a piece of shit a lot of times when I shouldn't. I think I wanted it to be about you guys and having this place be available for people to be safe. Can you guys hear this chair squeaking? It's we got to upgrade the studio, man, once I make some damn money. Heard that Arsenal is rebooting UW. I would love to shoot it. Salute to Ars. Drink and drugs don't help either. Exactly. If I fly from the UK to the States, can I watch battles? Of course, man. Teddy Gray on stuff. I have a reaction channel too. Watching these sessions helped my confidence, and now I'm over 200K subscribers. Hell yeah. Congrats on that, man. That's fucking big. Congrats on that, Teddy. Of course, man. If you come out from the UK, you're more than welcome to come by. I would love that. What battle would you want to watch? 2 days into no smoking weed or tobacco. Your boy is 40. Time to be an adult, I guess. Nah, Dan, you're the spitting image of health, man. You look great. You look wonderful, man. I was just, I tuned into that interview you did with Trevor, and I was like, damn, you look really good. Like, that's amazing, man, that you quit smoking weed or tobacco. That's fucking very impressive. That's very commendable. Good luck, man. You got this shit. You're a bumble dude. These have helped me a bit at times, so they do work. You're a bumble dude. Oh, humble. I was like, how do you know I'm on Bumble? We cannot hear the chair. Okay, good, because I can fucking hear it and it's bothering the shit out of me. 2024, hear me out. We need that Calico versus Real Sick on KOTD. All right. That's a battle. That is a battle. That would be pretty crazy on King of the Dot. I don't know if it would really make sense there, but that would be fire. That would be amazing. But yeah, guys, have anything you guys want to chat? Feel free in the chat to chat about the chat. But yeah, write in the chat anything you want to talk about. I will say this. I know that, like being, I'm not in any of the Al-Anon, any like of the programs, the 12-step programs. I've never done one. And I'm not saying that to bring any negative light towards them. I think they're wonderful and they work for a lot of people. But I do think that when you go through any change in life, that it's not an easy thing to do. For example, getting sober is not easy at all for a lot of people, and we're all different. We all have different chemistry within us. We're all wired very differently. What is easy for me is not easy for somebody else. So like for me, to be honest with you, quitting drinking was really easy because once I saw the benefits of it, it made no sense for me to partake in it, especially how bad it was for me. And that goes for a lot of other really bad habits that I partook in my life. Once I saw that they weren't serving me or like really propelling me towards being the person that I wanted to be, or at least being on the path towards the person that I want to be, it's very easy to shed those. At times it's not, but drinking for me was one of those things that was very easy to quit. But that doesn't mean that drinking is easy to quit. Drinking, any addiction is tremendously hard to give up. And I think we should extend grace towards people that start using again. I don't think it's something to be disappointed in, because obviously it has no, like, what somebody else is doing, like if somebody else is smoking, it doesn't get me high. Obviously I want the best for the people that I'm close to, but you do have to treat the people that are trying to improve yourself with a little bit of grace. So I think like, the term of, or the ideology of relapsing being a part of recovery, I don't like really that much, because I feel like it bundles in being unsuccessful. But I think that's something that I have to really adjust within myself, because that's, a perfectionism thing and me being really critical and judgmental. So I think it's good to extend grace towards people that are trying to change themselves, and that it might not be that easy. Excuse me. So I'm dealing with a situation. My fiance had a baby in September, and she is now struggling with postpartum depression. I want to see a psychiatrist recently, and they prescribed her a light antidepressant. I'm worried about long-term effects. Any advice on dealing with this? It probably tell her she needs it. That's just me. The doctor should work with her if she wants off of it. So hold on, excuse me, sorry. Tall Geese TV. I don't take this, don't take what I'm going to say as the gospel, because I'm not a trained professional. I have no room saying do this for anything, period. The only thing I'm good at is filming battles and being a sucker. No, I'm kidding. Filming battles is what I'm very decent at. I'm not a doctor. I don't know anything about antidepressants, to be honest with you, but I will say that postpartum depression is a very, very, very common thing. And I think it's very good that it's being talked about more, and women aren't being labeled as crazy when they are experiencing it, because I know that it's extremely common, and I know that there's a lot of shame wrapped up in it for women that are going through it, because I know from just the perspective of having a kid and being like, I have to love this child, and then if you don't feel that love, you feeling like you're a bad person. I can completely empathize with how difficult that would be to adjust to that. But the amount of chemical changes in a woman's body through pregnancy is astronomically insane. My brother's wife, they had a baby recently, and her road to having her daughter was very, very, very difficult. She had a miscarriage that turned into cancer because of it, and she survived cancer. She beat the shit out of that. And then they had their daughter over Thanksgiving, but her just the trauma and emotional weight and the hormones going in and out of her body is so nuts that, my father was like, what do you like, how do you feel? And she was like, I just want to feel normal. I want to feel normal right now. So I know that it's very real. And if your doctor thinks that antidepressants are the right step for you guys, I feel like it's good to listen. I think it's also good to question as well. Do your own research. See if you can find support groups. I think are really good. The internet is a wonderful place. I'm sure there's some postpartum depression support groups out there with women talking about their experience, what they went through. Maybe they did go on antidepressants. Maybe they didn't. Some people, their path has that as part of it, and it's not that it doesn't make them weak. It doesn't also, I don't think there's really, I can't say if I know of any like side effects, I'm not saying there isn't or are, but I don't know. So I think it's wise to be apprehensive about anything with modern medicine, especially from, big pharma. But I think being also a little bit, accepting of what a professional is telling you, I think is good too. So, this is both of ours first child, and I was blown away by everything we've been going through. Well, congrats, man. Congrats on your first child. That's incredible. Topper, what's up? Good to see you, man. How you been? How's life, dude? It's been a real long time since I've seen you, brother. How's it been? How's the process been? Appreciate on that, Desi. As a woman, I want to play devil's advocate and ask what you're doing to help her in the home with the child. I'm doing everything, working, paying all the bills. When I get off work, I got the baby 100%. I don't require her to do anything but care for the baby. I don't care if she cooks or cleans. Yeah, I mean, it takes a village, man. It really is like eye-opening watching my brother's just how much work it is to raise a child, like it's really, really wild. It's one thing to be like, oh, everybody has a kid, like if everybody can do it, I can do it. But it just like humans, we're built to be these like packs. We're built to literally all raise kids together, like not just one person, not just the wife, the mother, not just the father, it's possible. It is possible, but it's probably so insanely difficult and challenging. Yeah. So I know it takes a village for any child to get raised. I'm doing good. I own my RV dealership in Charleston. Wow. Congrats. That's amazing, man. That is really cool, dude. You're really killing it, man. Well, salute to that. Congratulations on that, man. Yeah, that's amazing to see, dude. I love to see when people are really succeeding, and yeah, you have a wife and kid. That's so awesome, man. That's so incredible. You beat the game, dude. You beat the game. You won. Loved your performance at GTX. Yeah, go check out that Dirtbag Dan versus Carter Deems on GTX. I got laid off a few months back. Same day I got served divorce papers. Got 2 kids, and all the work I did to help my depression has reversed. I'm severely upset, disappointed, and depressed. Any advice? So Michael, are you still jobless? Are you looking for a job? Do you have custody of your kids, or do you guys have joint custody? You don't have to answer any of these questions if they're too personal. Understandable to feel like how you feel and to be depressed and upset. It's completely human. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Yeah, it sounds like life is throwing you some curveballs, man. And I completely understand, empathize, and my heart goes out to you. That is challenging. Divorce, relationships. I mean, I'll be the first to tell you I'm very not good at getting over relationships. Grief is still a big part of my journey. I'm still grieving my ex-girlfriend, and it's been a very long time. But I will say this. I will say that each day it will get easier for you. And giving up and, doing nothing consistently good to yourself won't be good for anybody. You need to be good to you. And if that means that some days you just want to sit around and cry, if some days you want to just like go to sleep early, that's cool, man. But there's always tomorrow. There's always the next day to try and get out there, find new work. I would say, again, try to exercise somehow. Even if you just do push-ups, body squats, planks. I do those every day, or I used to. Now I'm just going to the gym a lot. But back when there was COVID, when the gyms weren't open, I was doing like planks, push-ups, and squats, like body squats with your body weight in my living room when I lived in an apartment. And it was wonderful. It was great. So I would say that, excuse me, still in the process, going to courts and still looking for work. Yeah, man, just keep your head up. Like, trust me, keep your head up. I know that it feels bleak right now, but you'll find something will land, and all you have to do is keep trying and believing in yourself and knowing that I hate this so much. Like, not hating this, but this term, because somebody told me this when I was going through something really bad, and it really sucks to hear. It almost feels like dismissive of the pain that you're going through, but this too shall pass. It's very true. All things in life are transient. Everything. Feelings, emotions, relationships, money, everything is transient. Our bodies, everything. Nothing will last. But there's a beauty in that, because pain is the same way. Pain and suffering are the same way. It's temporary. It will only be here for a small amount of time. Grief, loss, everything is transient. They're bad visitors, or they're visitors. You don't need to label them. Just know that your efforts to better yourself and to get more work, and also lean into having kids, man. You have 2 kids. That's really amazing. At the end of the day, you have 2 children, which is an amazing blessing to be in the presence of. Go take them out. Go take them to the park, play with them as much as possible, be in their good graces, be there for them as a father, but also like for yourself too, because that will make you feel good about you. Okay, my suggestion is that she needs to join a local moms group and get around other moms, meet some people near her. She needs to socialize. That's good advice, Desi, about Mike or Tall Geese's wife. Avo, I got to go, but this was my first time seeing this segment, and I hope to see more. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that, Omar. Thank you very much. Excuse me. Rufus, way off topic, but I want to thank you. My wife has stage 4 and has been in the hospital since New Year's Eve. I used a lot of Ruin Your Day to take my thoughts away when shit gets too dark. Damn, I'm sorry to hear that, Rufus. How are you doing? You guys are still in the hospital? Damn. That's rough, man. My heart goes out to you. Just try to be there for as much as possible through this. Like I said, my brother's wife had cancer, and I know that's really, really hard, but it gets better. It gets better. And we're here. We're here for you, man. Whatever you want to talk about. Changed my life. I was one of the biggest scumbags in battle rap, and had a lot of trauma to overcome from childhood. Tried to medicate for years with heavy alcohol and drugs use. Therapy, exercise, and learning to love through my wife and kids changed my life. Depression in our world today is a natural response to the world we live in today. Well said. Well said, Topper. I'm really proud of you, man. I'm really, really proud of you. That's amazing. It's awesome. Thank you, Omar. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. I see that helping for sure. She definitely doesn't have much of a social life right now. Struggle makes you strong and weak. Decide which side to tap into and focus. Yeah, man. Struggle I mean, struggle is where the work is done, right? I mean, the uncomfortable is where where all, if not most if not all, excuse me, all the growth happens. If it was easy, everybody would do it, and that's something to remember when things are really hard and difficult. Yeah. But yeah, guys, appreciate y'all tuning in. Ruin an hour. I want to do these a lot more often. If you guys have topics you want us to discuss, you can always hit us up on either Instagram or Twitter. I don't run those socials, but if you ask Clayton to get at me, he will pass your message along. I don't do social media anymore. It's part of, trying to elevate my mental health. And yeah, it's if anybody has the chance to get off social media, I highly advocate that. I think that would greatly improve a lot of people's mental health. It's a wild thing on those things nowadays. She's still on there, but we have 3 kids, so I have to do everything at home. But I get by with a lot of help from some great friends. Awesome, Rufus. That's good to hear, man. That's really good to hear. But yeah, if you guys have anything you want to talk about next time, just write us on on Twitter or Instagram. Clayton will pass the message along to me. I'll do these every week. Maybe today is Wednesday, right? Maybe every Wednesday. I was doing these Wednesdays last time. YouTube is all we need. Very true. And yeah, man, much love to everybody out there. 2024, ruin an hour. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Know that it gets better. And that, yeah, man, just keep doing you. You guys are all doing great. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Peace out.